But right now, it's time to go inside the oven with Derek Holland.
Yeah. I like these tunes. Well, welcome inside the oven. We have an interesting topic. I was curious. We have two, thanks to Reggie and I having a conversation earlier before the show.
You're welcome.
But to start this all off, who do you guys feel has the best jersey? Of all the DFW teams, I feel bad. I only put the four main teams. I didn't put the Wings. And I did.
Don't worry, the
FC
Wings
Dallas.
is not going to win this.
So I was curious how to rank.
Okay.
I would just take your top four of the jerseys, whichever one you have. So for me, I put out there. I don't have them in specific order yet.
Wait, are we going primary jersey, or are we just
you
like
can do
picking
any jersey,
Okay.
any jersey that these guys had. And for me, I love the Mavericks, the green cowboy hat one, the newer one. I think it was last year they showed it off. It's the white and green little cowboy hat logo with the basketball, and it says Dallas across.
Basically the throwbacks, right?
Yes, it's close. It's like a shot to a shout out to the throwbacks. And then I have the Cowboys white with the blue stripes on the sleeves. Then the Texas Rangers white with the Texas across the chest. And the Dallas Stars green sweater with the new logo on it, I think, are the four top jerseys. Now, if you have a better jersey in mind, throw it out there. But I'm curious of what you guys would rank. Who has the best jersey?
My order would go Rangers white jersey with Rangers across the
So you
front.
like Rangers rather than Texas?
I like the Rangers, yeah. I like the way, I just like the script. I like the way that they use that.
What if they
Cursive?
change the script?
Yeah,
cursive.
Yeah,
People
I like the
can't- we don't
text,
teach cursive
the font.
nowadays.
Yeah.
My son didn't know how to sign his name
See,
How
we don't
important is
teach it.
cursive? When was the
for
last
his
time you used
driver's
cursive?
license, right? You have to sign your name.
Sign it.
And
I
he's
practiced his signature like
he's
in
like,
third grade.
I've never signed my name before. He always just writes out Jake Bassick. He
So
never
maybe
has.
that's the
So
new
I'm like,
signature.
what did you just do? And that's like, he's like, I don't know. I've never done this before. He's never had to write his name in cursive
We don't
before.
teach it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be able to read it. soon.
Rangers white with the Rangers across it. Cowboys white, Stars green, then Mavs. That's my order.
Cowboys
We're-
Cowboys white for me is number one by far. Just
Now hold on,
because
the white with the blue on the shoulder or
the
the
blue-
stripes?
No,
it's
the
blue-
white with
just
the blue stripes.
basic. It's just like Yankees pinstripes to me. It's the
Okay.
exact same.
I mean,
That's-
I-
Like
that's the-
Laker yellow.
Yeah, or either one,
you're not-
whichever
but you
one. No, I
understand
get
that,
it. Like
yeah.
that's. I hate that when the Celtics and Lakers play, they don't go traditional, where the Lakers are wearing purple on the road because the Celtics are wearing their white, and that the Lakers are wearing yellow at home and the Celtics are wearing green. To me, that is the history of the NBA. That is the tradition of the two most historic franchises with the most championships are playing each other. That's what I want to see. I want to see that tradition. Just like when the Cowboys are playing, I think the Cowboys in their white jerseys, whoever they're playing, usually in their colored jersey, is the best looking game to me because of the history of it.
Reggie, what do you got?
All right, I was just going through it real quick. The Cowboys white is just so clean and iconic. I think that you guys are right in that regard. The Stars green sweater, very close thereafter. I think that's just an incredible look. Also, hockey sweaters are incredible. Like when it comes to just jerseys, high level jerseys, the hockey sweater.
Yeah.
After that, the Rangers blue, Texas in red across, or in white across rather. I think that's just a great look. And then FC Dallas's home kit.
Yeah, that's
With
nice.
the red with the blue horizontal stripes.
I
Yeah,
saw
that's
it.
nice.
Really good. And then after that, I guess I'll give a nod to the Mavs green throwbacks. I've been very long and very
He
very
hates the Mavs
loud.
jerseys.
They need a brand redesign
Their logo is
in the
horrible.
worst. The logo, the font.
The horse with the basketball in the background. It's a horrible logo.
It's just all 2005. Like, please,
You
let's
guys
update
really
this.
just rained on my parade.
That's right.
So, Derek, here's the thing.
You didn't even pick that one. You picked
I know.
your
I picked
old
it.
one.
I know. I did. Pick the
Nobody
old one.
picks that. When you're around the country, I did wear Mavericks gear all the time. Now it was back in the mid 2000s. To Reggie's point, people are like, "Is that the Timberwolves?" And I'm like, "No, it's the right?" Because they decided to go with almost like a similar logo to the T-Wolves at the time,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was very confusing to people who are casual basketball fans. Like, "Oh, that's the Mavericks logo."
I just didn't want to pick the Rangers powder blue as one of them too, because it's like everybody has powder blue
Yep.
jerseys now. So
It
I
was-
stuck
it was
up.
dope
I
at
want-
first. Like, it was dope
no,
at
it is.
first.
It's awesome, but I wanted something that this is Texas. Like this is what we think of when we see it. But that's good. I was curious what you guys thought about that.
There's something about the white Rangers jersey, Mike, that reminds me of being a kid. Is that what it was? Is that what the logo?
I think what's going to become more popular, honestly, yes, the Rangers.
That's what they were wearing?
What they did is, because Bobby Valentine came here, Bobby V is a big Dodgers person, came from Tony Lasorda and all that. So he was like, I want our jerseys to look just like the Dodgers.
I didn't know this.
Now, that was also...
Never knew that.
Yeah, so a lot of the way the Rangers cursive and the number, now they don't do the number underneath, but if you think of what we grew up with, Ruben Sierra, Oda B. McDowell, why? Well, it was Bobby V wanted a jersey that was very much like the Dodgers. Okay. And so they mimicked the Dodgers home jersey.
Wow. Kind of shocked nobody picked any of the City Connect jerseys or any of that stuff, really.
Very intentional.
But yeah, no, I
do think white and gray are going to become a lot more popular. I think you picked white for the Texas Rangers. I think white because they've gone so much into color over the last, let's say, decade. All these teams going, hey, we're going to blue jersey. Well, that was really cool at the time because everybody's like, hey, it's always white versus gray.
Yeah.
In a baseball game. So then all of a sudden it became. Now I don't like when the Rangers wear their blue and the Angels wear their red. To me, that looks very spring training-ish.
Yeah.
And I do like the tradition. When I'm at a game, it's rare now that the Rangers wear their white jerseys, and let's say the Angels, I'm using them for example, they wear their gray jerseys. I'm like, ooh, yeah, that looks very cool because not many times do you get to see a baseball game where white plays gray.
Derek, I guess my fifth ranked jersey would be the Stars. I do like the blackout sweaters. I think those are cool. I know not a lot of Stars fans love them, but I do like the blackout sweaters that the Stars throw out there.
No, I think those are, I agree. If you don't mind, Reggie, I just saw actually it's audio clip 9, I think. If you can play that for us before we go to the next thing.
If Larry Bird played in this era, I think he'd be in Europe. So I'm just letting you know, man. Really? Like I said, don't just say he'd be somewhere over there. His game was fit for Boston at that time in the 80s and stuff like that, but today's world, oh, hell no. There's no way. I'm not downplaying him because he's a great player at that time, just like I was. And but I'm saying, no, there's no way. No way. I think the kid from Denver is way better than him.
Jokic.
Oh my God. He's slow as hell. Okay, but that guy got a game.
Yeah, so with that, I was not very pleased with that. I heard it earlier.
Do you know the history of Rodman? He was the first guy. He got Isaiah Thomas in trouble. So the reason Isaiah Thomas had to hold a press conference when he wasn't even in the NBA Finals was because of Dennis Rodman, because he followed Rodman's suit of he's only popular because he's white.
Yeah, so. No, I get, and to me, I just think that was a bad take. Like I did like that Choppy was talking about this on the morning show. Is he at least admitted to like, oh, this is a player that couldn't play in this league? Well, the only thing is he picked the wrong guy. I agree with Chop on that. Like, yeah, that's cool to see somebody finally admit it. Then me and Reggie started talking about it, and we thought about it. If guys played in this era now, they would have all the stuff that these guys grew up playing and learning, and all the technology and all that. How do you think they would survive now versus back then? Like, do you think they would still be just as good because of the way that things are being taught now? Isn't that right, how we were talking about that?
Yeah, because that's always been my thought when we start comparing across eras and we, call Bob Cousy, playing with plumbers and stuff, is just we stand on their shoulders, at least the modern era, where, we've learned things from their careers and their times, and we've added stuff. So, like, if they had modern development, the greatest players of then would be great players now because they would be able to have the development and the cross-training and all these things. So Larry Bird, I have no doubt that he would translate, if he had modern opportunities. Well, maybe not because, he was kind of ornery and wanted to use a jackhammer to fix his own driveway or whatever. But, like, I think that where the across eras gets tough is...
Blue Bear on gravel.
Where the cross eras gets tough is, like, some of the guys that are, like, the middling players, right? Those guys, if they have the modern technologies, are they now going to compare? But the greats, I think, across any era, given that you drop them in there with the modern technology, because of course, if you drop Pistol Pete in modern NBA, with just no access to any of the development that modern players have, of course, it's going to look wildly different because that's unfair, that's unreasonable. But I think when you have those conversations, you have to consider that, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I contend that the depth is probably better than it ever was. And I mean, like 1 through 9, you could probably find multiple holes on a lot of teams back in the day. And now it's like, man, we're talking about the Rangers roster, and you're like, that 1 through 9 is really good. Not all rosters are like that. Well, I think the depth around leagues on all sports are better.
Well, even like what Reggie was saying too, if you took like our guys now, somebody that's pitching now, let's say we could use DeGrom, guys throwing like cutters and stuff like that. It's not like they were throwing cutters and stuff back in Babe Ruth's time. So it's curious to see how we would develop, or how we would be with all the stuff that we know now going back and playing them. Would we dominate? Would we do good? The big thing that stood out was the strike zone. It was a mile long back in the day, and now it's,
I'm with Reggie, though. You take great players, they're going to be great. If you let them train the way that you train now, Magic, Larry, Isaiah, whoever, they're all going to be great. They were great then. They'd be great now. The other thing, too, you have to look at, when my dad played in the major leagues, there were 22 teams. So you start doing job situations. Now, how many pitchers were on my dad's team? 9. There were 9 positions for pitchers at the time, not 12, not 14. So you just start looking at it and you go, all right, well, back then you just start doing multiplications. Let's just take it to 10. 10 pitchers on 22 teams. Pretty easy math, 220 pitchers. Now, how many pitchers are in the major leagues at one time? Well, you go, well, there's 30 teams, and on average, there's 13 pitchers on each team. And so now I've created 120 or 130 more jobs in the major leagues based off of in the 70s. So there's always different ways to look at it. So it's always tough to try to compare eras and stuff when now there's 130 extra pitchers in the major leagues.
All right, Derek, I think what we do now is we write a movie about it, and we recreate this. Let's pitch it to Sandler. Let's pitch it to Happy Madison. Get that thing rolling there, and we'll create this in a movie.
With him. You're right.
Let's make this happen.
We don't have to put Sandler in this. He doesn't need.
We don't have to. We're gonna get Derek in it. We're just gonna pitch it to them.
We'll get all of us in it.
Yeah, we'll get all of us in it. That's how this thing's gonna rock.